everyone, it's Holly. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I do a lot of cooking, travel, homeschooling, and motherhood videos. Today I am talking about books because we are a family that not only loves to read, but we love books. I am not kidding you. We go to the library, I feel like every weekend, and just keep restocking our book bins so that way there's always something new to read or look at. My kids, they just love books. They get so excited when new books come into the home. Today I want to talk about coffee table books for kids. Now, my definition of a coffee table book, I could be wrong, but I believe it is a large book with all kinds of great pictures in it, all kinds of illustrations, and there's usually things you can read about all those illustrations. It's usually a pretty engaging book. That's why you put it on the coffee table. It's just something fun to flip through and read. I have these 3 favorite coffee table books for kids because these books are also educational. These books teach the kids new things about the world, history, etc. So if you are a parent, either a homeschooling parent or not a homeschooling parent, I highly recommend these 3 coffee table books for kids to have in your home. There are so many great books out there for kids, but there is a handful that we have brought into our home and I have just really enjoyed having. I just want to share them with you all out there. Before I get into the flip through, I'll just show you really quick. The first one is How Everything Works, and this is by Lonely Planet. This is Explorers and the 50 States. These are all books you can buy on Amazon. I will have links for these books in the description box below. So let me get into it right now and do a flip through of these 3 books. I will show you the highlights of each of them. The first book I'm going to flip through is How Everything Works. Explore the world around us with loads of flaps and lifts. And that's what this book has. It has a lot of flaps. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see these flaps because they really do blend into the page, but I'll go ahead and open up a couple of them just so you can get an idea of where the flaps are and what they look like when you lift them up. Now, I know some people don't like flap books, or at least parents don't like them because kids tend to rip them off a lot. That's because kids just love them so much, and my kids get so excited about seeing what's under things. I know it's hard when they get ripped off. I just do my best to teach my kids to try and take good care of these books and be gentle with the flaps. Every other page they will have where you can open up the picture to make one giant picture. So you can see here there is a big scene, and again, it's just a lot of cool stuff to read about and learn about. Perfect for those young minds that are just really curious about the world around them, wanting to know the science and the technology of how these things actually work. I know that my kids will always ask me random questions about things, and it's nice to have a great resource like this, especially something with a lot of pictures. I mean, the illustrations in this book, you can see they're very engaging, and this book has been a great one to have around to learn about things that we never even thought about. I'll just go ahead and flip through the rest of it and show you what it looks like page by page. I hope that this gives you a good idea of what this book looks like, at least the big picture of it, without showing you every single flap because there are so many of them in this book. But again, a really great book for kids to go through and learn so much. Next, I'll be going through the book Explorers, Amazing Tales of the World's Greatest Adventurers. You can Let's see, they got table of contents here. First, they'll go through a section where they talk about sea and ice. And these are going to be the explorers that explored by sea. Really cool stuff in here. Obviously, Christopher Columbus, everyone knows about him, but there are so many other explorers out there that we just don't get around to studying and teaching our kids about. So I found this book so helpful with introducing my kids to all these famous explorers, and this also tied in very well to our history curriculum because throughout our world history study over the last few years, we have talked about a lot of these explorers, and I love having this book as a great visual, so that way if we do talk about an explorer, we can maybe look up and read some more facts about them and get some pictures to give them a better understanding of who we are reading about. Illustrations in this book are just so great. Then there is the land section of this book, and this will talk about explorers that went through dense jungles, dry deserts, across frozen mountains, and deep rivers. And last will be a part in the book on air and space, and this part of the book will talk about how technology had made it possible for explorers to escape the Earth's gravity. Finally, at the end of the book, they have information about additional explorers, as well as a glossary, index, information about the writer and the illustrator. A great book to have, Explorers. Last is the 50 states. Explore the U.S. with 50 fact-filled maps. First of all, I love the way the table of content is laid out. Next is going to be a page where it talks about exploring this book and getting to know the symbols on every map. Then it'll get right into the states. There will be 2 pages dedicated to each state, and it will be laid out alphabetically. Every page will have a welcome box talking about the state, inspiring people from that state. There'll be state icons, key facts, region spotlight. Then there's also going to be showing you where in the United States it is, moments to remember, all kinds of interesting things to read about. So many things that I have learned just by looking at this book. I didn't even realize certain people were from certain states. I mean, I have really been enjoying reading it myself, but I think it is a very engaging book for kids and for adults too. So I will go ahead and just continue flipping through so you can see what the rest of it looks like. They also include Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. As well, in the back of the book, they have a listing of all 46 presidents and the years that they served. Of course, they have an index And in the very back, I was really delighted to see this layout of all the state flags. I love having this visual of all 50 state flags. We have had many books about the 50 states over the years, but this one has been my favorite. Well, that concludes my flip through and review of these 3 books. As you can see, they are great books for homeschooling or just to have in your home for a really nice resource for kids to learn about all kinds of different things. And with fun illustrations in each of them, they are all very engaging for kids. I will have links for all these books in the description box below if you want to know where to find them. If you enjoyed this video or got anything out of it, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and may you have a beautiful day.